All right. Hello. 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 Welcome to Truthfully Tarot. My name is Neish, and I'm super excited to read for you guys. I'm getting used to the setup of being live and like having the camera like right in front of me. So, working through that. But I just wanted to jump on in, right? Like, I just wanted to do mystery readings where I just read to the collective, less about signs, less about all the other stuff, but like, what is the message? And does this message apply to you, right? So I already have the layout here ready to go. And then I have my Moonology deck where will pull some oracle messages for at the end for either advice or encouragement. But yeah, we have the cards here and let's see if this message applies to you. All right. So in the first row, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Ten of Wands, and then we have the Judgment here. So as I was kind of looking at these cards and just trying to see what I felt like spirit was giving me regarding this, is it feels like this collective could be struggling with or feeling like should you open up your heart to a situation that has happened in the past? It's almost like there's a situation, because this is in the past section as well. There's a situation where it has you heavy. That's the best way I can describe it is it has you heavy or you have heavy feelings around it or it brings up a heaviness in you. And it's not as if like you are mad at this person necessarily or that you hate them or anything like that. It's more like I don't know what to do. I don't know if I want this person in my life. I don't know, all these different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and with the Ace of Cups here, it's like there has been a shift, I think, on your end to some degree. Like, there has been a sense of like your heart opening some. Because, like, if your heart was completely shut off and shut down, this wouldn't be coming up as an option, right? This wouldn't even be a thing. It would just be like, oh, I don't want them in my life anymore. This doesn't matter. But there is a part of you that is, should I reopen this up? Should I open myself up to this person again? Because we have the Judgment here, right? And the Judgment here is about making a decision. It is also about resurrection. It can be reconciliation, but it's this sense of, all right, the divine has decided you have another opportunity at life. In this case, you're not necessarily the divine, but you're deciding like, should I open my heart to this person? Should I open my heart to this project? Should I open my heart to this situation? Should I open my heart to this circumstance? Like fill in the blanks. It may not be love for all of you guys, but it does have this sense of should I restart, reignite this circumstance that has been weighing heavy on me. That is like, you could be thinking about this person a lot. You could be thinking about what happened between you guys a lot. You could be feeling some sense of guilt, some sense of doubts, even shame. I don't know. Again, I'm not here to judge you or to judge the message, but there does seem to be this like part of you that wants not to see where it goes, but what could it be? Like, what is there? It's like there is a part of your heart that is open, and it's like, should I not? And the reason why, and I think this could be a friendship for some of you guys. I think for a lot of you guys, it's like, should you reignite a friendship with the Three of Cups here? But in the present, because this middle row is the present, you could be really trying to figure out how you feel, right? Because we have the Hangman here, and the Hangman is all about putting yourself in a position to potentially change your perspective, right? He's upside down so that he can think differently about the situation. So it could have been you've recently had a perspective shift about the situation because there's something about what happened between you guys. It could have been some type of loss. You guys could not be friends now or not in communication, or because the Hangman is like a pause or suspension where there's no movement, there's no activity. You could be reconsidering, or your perspective could have changed. You could have seen something about the situation now that you didn't see previously, because there is a sense of sadness here. There is a sense of loss that you feel regarding this connection. I think that's why you could be like missing them or missing this connection or missing this opportunity, or you could be afraid that you'll miss out on this opportunity if you don't give it another shot or give it another chance. Like there's something about it this connection that feels, oh, destined feels strong. Fated also feels strong. It feels like you feel like there's something important about this person and about being connected to this person. And there's something, you could also feel like there is healing here, but it's like you almost can't get over what happened with the tower being in the future energy, future slash advice energy. It's almost like you can't get over what happens. Like there's a part of you that is defensive. There's a part of you that feels like you don't know something. It feels like there's a wild card that got displayed. Something about this connection was very shocking. Something happened that was very out of the blue, very shocking, very disturbing almost. And so it feels like your guard is now up. Like it feels like there is this sense of your guard being up, and also a desire of wanting peace. Like there is a part of you that wants peace. There's a part of you that wants healing. There's a part of you that has been really meditating and processing what you should do in the circumstance, what you should do in this situation with the Four of Swords here, which is like a reprieve from conflict, which is like a reprieve or rest, almost like wanting healing from conflict. And it's like you want healing. You could want healing in the situation. It's so interesting because I asked for clarification for the tower, because the tower is very sudden energy out of your control. Clarifying the tower was the Six of Wands, which makes me feel like this is future advice. It feels like there could be something about this connection that should you decide to open your heart to this person, there is a sense of victory that is connected to it. Like you don't expect that it's going to work out well. You don't expect that if you open your heart to this person, you reach out to this person, you open up the communication, you reignite this relationship, you start something up with this person. There's a part of you that doesn't expect it to go well. Like you don't expect it to work out well, or I don't know, there's a sense of like pessimism or a sense of like negativity in your mind attached to how this situation would go if you were to reopen up the lines of communication or to reopen up like connection with this person. But it feels like there's could be a victory, like unexpected, like it goes way better than you think it's going to go. And I think it's interesting because I was pulling bottom deck energies, and the King of Wands is here. And the King of Wands can be associated with Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. And then we have the World, which is the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. And then we have the Moon, which can be subconscious fears or psychological fears, or just like, it feels like there could be some fears around this person or being back in connection with this person. It just feels like they did something or something happened in the connection that really it was really not, it caused sadness with the Three of Swords here. There's like, I feel like you feel sad. Like, I feel like you feel really sad that things are the way that they are between you and this person. And I think that like, it's almost like you want to know what is wise, like what is the right thing to do. Should I not reconnect with this person? Should I open myself up to them? Will they attack me again? Oh, that sounds really bad. Will they like, the tower? It's like, will they do this again? Will it be another tower moment? Will they like knock me off center again? Will they like do what they did again? It feels like the Six of Wands clarifying this is that it's just going to go a lot better than you think. And I also feel like there's a new cycle here. And under that was the Magician. I feel like there's a new cycle here. And I feel like you both could have been manifesting this new cycle, and it feels like this could lead to a long-term situation. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a friendship, it could be a business partnership, it could be something to do with family, like something like that. But it just feels like with the Hierophant here, there is potential for there to be something solid and long-term. And connected to this. And obviously use your discernment, because if this person is toxic, if this person is unable to take accountability, if this person is unable to apologize, take ownership for the part that they played and what happened, then obviously this is not for you. Or if this is for you, this is about you receiving and giving yourself the closure that you need. That doesn't necessarily require this person to re-enter your life. Like, you making peace with what happened could be your closure, could be your victory. You having boundaries with this person could be what gives you peace, right? It doesn't necessarily mean you have to have them back in your life if they are not in a place where they can be healthy and take ownership and accountability and change their behaviors. But if this is someone who, have demonstrated or shown you in some capacity that they have taken ownership and they're willing to reconcile and that they want to have a healthier dynamic with you, then I do think that there is victory, and I do think that there is possible that you guys could enter into a new cycle together. Obviously, repair in relationships there's a lot that goes into repair, right? There's rebuilding trust. There's communication. I'm going to pull from advice from the Moonology decks while I'm sharing. Repair is a two-person effort, right? And it can't be just you. It has to be them as well. And so I think part of this stress is like, is this person in a place where they can be trustworthy, or can I open myself back up to them, or will they hurt me again, or will they do something to sabotage the relationship again? And it's like, is it worth it? But it feels like there is something in you that feels still tied to this in some way. It's like a part of you can cut them off or has cut them off. And you didn't want to. I think that's why there's the heartbreak card is here. I think that's why the sadness and the loss is here, because you do feel like there's potential there. You do feel like there's something fated attached to it. But again, connection can be fated all damn day. But if that person is not in the space where they can participate in repair, then baby, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But if you know, or they've apologized, or if they've shown you in some way that they are open to repair, I do think you guys can benefit from this. And this could make you guys closer, actually. Like, your relationship could, this is a lot of cards. It could be better than before. It could bring you guys closer than I think you thought. And I think that that's why the Six of Wands showed up, is that, like, should this person be in a healthy enough space to actually repair and rebuild a connection with you, I think it could be very victorious and could signal a new cycle for both of you guys when it comes to relationship. Because it feels like there was a divine lesson here. There was like a divine life lesson wrapped up in this as well. Actually, what advice do you have for this collective, for this mystery message from the Moonology deck? And I can tell you from my experience as someone, as someone who has Mars in the 7th house, which is my most difficult planet in the house of long-term relationships, friendships, connections, negotiations, contracts, things like that. I have subconsciously participated in a toxic behavior of severing connections prematurely, almost as a self-fulfilling prophecy, because I've experienced such difficulty in my relationships, partially because of what I've contributed, but partially because of other people. And it's like, I have subconsciously severed connections to such a degree that it almost makes it impossible to repair, because, like, in my mind, I believe that, like, I can subscribe to an ideology that makes it so that I believe that people don't want to fight for me and fight for the connection and fight for connection. And it's like a rejection thing. And it's like, I will so totally reject you before you totally reject me. And I've really realized that is something that I've engaged in, and it's a cycle, and it's something that I've gotten from my relationship with my mom, because that's something that my mom would do. And not to make this about me, I'm just saying that I'm an example of someone who has caused hurt in a connection or in connections in my past that I have been aware of and identified and took the steps to change and to heal and to become better and to become a healthier person. And I don't know if the person that this could be about for you is in that space, but it is very possible for people to change. It's very possible for people to heal. It's very possible for connections to grow and get better. And people do want to transform and people do want to change. And so I think, especially starting this with the Ace of Cups, I think you could be the kind of person that wants healing, that desires healing in this connection. Okay, anyway, so what's the advice, Spirit, from the Moonology deck? Because I kind of got out of the way. Okay, we'll take it. All right. So bottom deck is New Moon and Aquarius. Bring love into this situation. And then we have Step out of your comfort zone. And then we have Don't let the past hold you back. And then we have You are very close to achieving your goal. So I want to make a point here. In your advice, the North Node and the South Node came out. North Node, step out of your comfort zone. South Node, do not let the past hold you back. A lot of time the nodes people can associate with like fated events, fated people, fated connections. It's an accessy point in the chart that can speak to the past, what's familiar, your comfort zone, and then the North Node, future energy, where you're going, where you're headed. And so this is access of growth and it's an access of evolution. And so it feels like there's something about this relationship that could have a fated component to it. Now, fated doesn't mean like you guys are supposed to end up together. It means that the lessons attached were fated. It exposed something about you that maybe could have forced you to have to come out of your comfort zone, or forced you to have to see things differently or see yourself differently. And in that case, propelled you further along in your evolution and in your journey. So in that way, there could be a fatedness attached to this connection, but also there could be, because there's something that could be positive that is baked into this dynamic, you stepping out of your comfort zone to initiate reconciliation could, lead you to break away from the past or a past cycle or a past way of being that could be really beneficial for you. And I think you're very close to achieving your goal here. And bottom deck being bring love into this situation. New Moon in Aquarius. Again, it speaks to a reconciliatory energy being present. Like, what does it look like for love to win? Like, what does it look like for love to be the part of this dynamic that is the overarching theme? You know, again, it could be romantic, it could be friendship, it could be business partnership, it could be family, it could be cousin, you know, it could be a bunch of things. Like, you know what I'm saying? If this applies, you will know. But you are very close to achieving your goal. Just feels like you are at a place in your life where you are closing out cycles and you are closing out certain ways of being and existing in the world. And I think that this relationship was very key to getting you further along in your growth and further along in your evolution and further along in your path and revealing things about you. Because it feels like you could have a goal of being more loving, being more kind, having healthier relationships, you know, these types of things. And it feels like this relationship could have been very key to you growing and evolving and not leveling up, but moving forward in your journey, right? That's kind of what I feel. And so I'm gonna get one more card from a Moonology deck. It's a different Moonology deck, but a Moonology deck all the same. Let's see, Spirit, what message do you have for this collective mystery message number 3? Okay. So the first card that came up is Courage. Blood Moon. Courage. And then the second card is Embrace Uncertainty. Moonlit. And I feel like when these two cards embrace uncertainty and courage, it's like if you really do want to reconcile with this person, if you do want to heal, if you do want to try to attempt healing in this connection, because maybe reaching out and sharing or opening up your heart is a closure that you need. You know, if this person is the type of person that is healthy enough to facilitate that type of, you know, conversation and healing, like I think that there could be something very healing in you reaching out, saying your piece, sharing something. It's almost like there could be, yeah, there's something about you sharing your heart, sharing your piece, sharing your perspective that could contribute to healing and embracing the uncertainty of the outcome of this, right? Maybe they receive it, maybe they don't. But I think that there's something in the process of you advocating for yourself, even if it's just sharing how the whole thing made you feel, and, you know, just all of that. Like it just feels like you sharing your part, your circumstance, your situation. I think that you could be like, I don't want it to go a certain kind of way. I don't want them to reject me. I don't want it to turn into drama. I don't, you know, whatever it is. It just feels like have courage, like advocate for yourself, share what you want to share, trust your intuition. Like if you do want to reach out to this person and they are in a place where they've shown that they could, you know, be open to reconciliation or just be open to a closure conversation, right? Like open to a like either peaceful ending or just like a coming to terms with the reality of the situation in a way that is not stressful, if that is, you know, possible for you. And then the bottom deck is dark moon, clear your energy. You know, there could be some fears attached to reconciling with this person or sharing your feelings about everything that happened or where you're at or what you want. I think that there are some blockages. The bottom deck under that is take a breath. I think again, you're in this space where your perspective is changing or your perspective has changed about this person. And, you know, I do think that there is still some fear attached to opening up to this person. I think that that's okay. You could also just like 100% keep things where they are. But if this message applies to you, I think the point is that there is space for reconciliation. There is space for victory. There is space for healing. There is space for closure. And there is space for a new chapter. But I do think that it would require courage on your part. And no matter what the outcome, you standing up, you reaching out, you following your intuition is going to be something that is very supportive of your journey. Again, you stepping out of your comfort zone and not letting the fear of the past, fear of what has happened, keep you from potentially reconciling with a person that maybe is supposed to be a part of your life, is supposed to be a friend, is supposed to be a romantic partner, is supposed to be a business partner, is supposed to be a collaborator in some way in your life. And that this, whatever happened between you guys was actually a catalyst, you know, faded to tease out what could have not been possible in the trajectory that you were going in the relationship. Does that make sense? There's almost like this sense of, you know, whatever happened and it facilitated something in them, it facilitated something in you, and it took you on a path that actually maybe if you guys were to reconvene, it would be stronger than it was before. Like there is that component energetically that I see here, but also again, I say that from a person who is optimistic and a person who is a person that takes accountability and ownership and wants reconciliation where I have caused damage. You know, I'm coming from that perspective. But again, if this person is very toxic, if this person cannot apologize, does not take ownership, cannot take accountability, is not willing to change their behavior, then this is an internal thing for you. You know, it's going to be an internal thing for you. All right. I mean, I just believe this will bring love into the situation, even if it's just you finding closure for yourself. Maybe you send this person a message and you share your perspective and how everything impacted you and where you're at. And that could be still, I don't want to be in contact with you. I don't want to continue this relationship. I don't want to continue this dynamic. I want things to stay as they are with space, but you've done your part of sharing. There's also this energy of wanting to share something. And I think that's where the Ace of Cups here, it's like there's a part of you that wants to share, open your heart, but you don't know if you should, you know, do that. And I feel like if you do, I think it could be closure. Even if this person is not able to respond well to that message or to this opening, um, given that they've shown that they could potentially, I think that it's going to be good for you no matter what. So that's all that I have for you. Let me know if this resonates with you. Like, share, subscribe, all the things. Let me know. I don't even know what else to say other than like, I'm excited about sharing tarot with you and sharing my heart and sharing messages. Like, I don't always know how all of this works other than I feel like I have the capacity to receive and channel messages that may be helpful for some of you guys. And if it does relate, and if you do resonate with me, like, share, subscribe, let me know, hit me up in the comments. All right, I will see you guys later.